Hi there everybody, Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me today for another card making tutorial, and today we are using Timeless Tulips. Really cute. Good mix of sentiments as well. And to make this lovely card, decided to just do sort of like a panel across the middle with my flowers peeking out. Made a bit of a boo-boo with the positioning of the stems, but I've thought of a way around that, which I'm going to share with you. So we've got Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight are the blues that I've used there, and I brought in Just Jade for the stems. And of course, I like to give you different colour options, so we're going to do slightly different, same layout, different card. We're going to use Soft Succulent, and Polished Pink is going to be our colour on the cardstock here. And for the tulips themselves, it's going to be Polished Pink and Blushing Bride that we're going to use. And then Soft Succulent for the stems. Right, so let's get our flower heads stamped and punched. So we're going to need 3 of the darker ones, which in this case is Polished Pink. Just getting my Stampin' chamois ready to clean off my ink pads. So this is a photopolymer stamp set, so dead easy to use, and you can see that it has some depth already sort of what do they call it, cut into the stamp here. So they cut out sections of the material to give us the impression. And on these ones we've got what they call distinctive stamps. Okay, so they've been created so that they add depth, light and shade all in one stamp without having to sort of layer images on top of each other and things like that. So there we are, we have our petals there, sorry, our flower heads ready, and there is a coordinating tulip punch for this set, which is cute, and you've got the leaf as well if you wanted to use that. So we're going to punch along here. Now when you've got 2 images on a punch like this, you just need to consider how you're going to use it so that you don't damage your next layer. So if we started here, I'd be punching into the next image across with the leaf, but if we work our way across from left to right, that leaf is only ever going to punch out onto thin air or waste. Okay, so we're just going to go across, okay, and just reinsert the punch and work our way along. Nice and quick and easy to do. Punches are great for these sort of fast cards. Okay, so I'm taking my time, just want to make sure I've got a nice border around there. Just want to make sure all those little punched pieces get removed. If they sort of slip inside your punch, they can make it difficult to use, because the stamp, it just gets trapped in the mechanism. So you just want to be mindful that you get all your little scraps out of your punch as you go. So I tend to leave it squeezed like that, get everything out before I release it so that nothing gets caught inside. Okay, so that is our flowers all done. So let's just take away all the debris. So that's those. Okay, whoops, another little piece that's just got strayed into there. So we want to be able to position our stems onto our panel so that they are connected to the flowers. Okay, and of course we don't want our flowers to end up coming off the page, so what I've done is I've punched another one from the white cardstock, and I'm basically going to give myself a little mark where that stem is going to be along the bottom there. Okay, and of course we can just erase that when we're done. Okay, and then we're going to have another one sort of here. So it doesn't matter whether these are at the front or at the back, we're just going to give ourselves an indication of where those stems need to fall. Okay, so that was the purpose of that. So for that I'm going to use soft succulent, and there's a couple of stamps that you can use to create the stems, but you know, it probably doesn't matter that much. All I want to do is have a placeholder for those, so I'm just going to pop those in, and like I say, the punched flowers are just going to sit over the top of those anyway, so you're not going to see any of that at all. So I'm just going to clean that off. And that's all we need the green for, just to get those done and out of the way. Okay, so now that we've got those stems in place, we can just erase those pencil lines because we don't want those to show inadvertently. So just use a good quality white rubber, and that should come off your cardstock nice and easily. Okay, so before getting everything layered up, I'm going to, in terms of the flowers that is, I'm going to attach this to the card, because once we have all the stuff stuck to this panel, it then becomes sort of lumpy bumpy and it's harder to pull the tape across. So just going to do that while it's still flat. Okay, and I've made these panels the full width of the card on this particular occasion. So just drop that into place. Okay, and the other thing we can do is get our sentiment stamped as well, so that oh, I do need the green. We're going to do tone on tone stamping for our get well soon sentiment. So again, didn't want those flowers to potentially get in the way of me being able to position the block, so I'm going to pop that down for a tone on tone stamping there. Okay, so it's nice and subtle, really nice and subtle on this one, because I used the paler cardstock, sort of stands out a little bit more, but it's still a very nice effect. And now we can build up our flowers and things. Right, so the dark ones then, we're going to do single dimensional top and bottom, like so. We'll get these into position first. So almost like they're going to be at the back, because they're going to be sort of shaded by the ones at the front. So hence I'm using the darker colour there. So we just want to get those positioned. We've got our stem markers there, and they'll overlap a bit, and that's fine, absolutely fine. Now these ones we want to sit a little higher, so we want double dimensionals. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to use the gap in the card and put my dimensionals in, and then lay the flowers on top. Okay, now that sounds like well dodgy, right? But it's going to be fine. I might use minis on those though. The other ones I got away with the large ones, they've just spaced out a little differently, but we'll bring in our mini dimensionals, and because we know they're going to fall there, it's going to be fine. So I'm lifting off the backing on that mini and putting another one on top. I'm going to do the same in this gap as well. I might as well take off the top one as well, because we're just going to lay the flowers over the top. Same on this side, just 1 and 2. And we'll tuck one in there. Okay, you could, in theory, put a single one on here if you wanted some extra support on there. But I don't think it's going to be necessary. So then our pink ones can just lay over the top there, and no one would ever know. There we go. Beautiful. Hope that's been helpful and you got something from that. And the stems are looking like they actually belong to the flowers now. I have to say I do love the blue. It's really, really lovely and striking. Okay, but you know, obviously I like to offer you different colour combinations. You know, everyone's got different taste when it comes to these things, so a couple of ideas there with these lovely panels. I didn't tell you how big the panels were, did I? It's a 2.5 inch, the white, and then 2 3/4 for the coloured cardstock on the back. Okay, so that's all we did, and of course you can adjust that to taste as well. So you know, I've kept it quite tight. You could have had longer stems and done the sentiment over the top and stuff, so something to play with anyway. But I hope you like the idea. As always, check out the links in the description, all there for you. Joining offer on at the moment as well, so we've got a reduced starter kit. That's the first time I've ever come across that, so it's even better value than ever before. So you're going to get absolutely load the product for £75, and that is just absolutely amazing. Okay, essentially it's all your product half price, near enough. Super. Thanks a lot for joining me. Take care. See you soon. Stay safe. Bye.